Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching me, good whatever. It's been a while, right? I sat down here to make a video. Guys, it's been a lot on me, but that's not the topic of today, so I wouldn't delve into that. I want to say that if you are a new person, please don't make it your last. Click on the subscribe button. For you again to catch up with this gist, you might want to check my other videos where I talked about how I was approved in 7 days and all of those things. And yeah, so watch this video and then watch those videos so that you can catch up with the gist. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you, really, from my heart. Thank you, because for me it's support. I appreciate you all. And yeah, so I have been getting like popular requests to share the documents I submitted to IRCC, and also to share what is it called, both in the school level and immigration level. So I'll be talking about all of that, how the documents I submitted. Yeah, so remember that I watch others, and that's why I was able to make informed decision, right? So watching me is not a waste, and you might get the knowledge that can accelerate your steps in this immigration process. So sit tight and relax. So we are talking about the documents I submitted, how I was able to arrange my files, and yeah, that's it. All right, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so before you start this process, the first thing is your international passport. I mean, you can't do anything, you can't even go beyond, you can't even move to applying for schools if you don't have your international passport. So you should start by getting your international passport. Either you get the 5 years old or the 10 years old. Advisably, if you can, get the 10 years old so you don't have stress of all of that. But either 5 years old or 10 years old is okay. And I will be looking down here because I wrote some things down to help me. So the documents I submitted to that got me admission, right? I submitted my international passport, I submitted my first degree transcript, I submitted my first degree statement of result, I submitted my resume, I submitted my portfolio. So my program requires me to like show that some work I've done in the past in that regard. So portfolio is needed in my program, so it might not be applicable to you. I submitted my WAEC birth certificate, and I wrote like a letter of intent to tell them that, oh, I'm interested in this course, this is why I'm interested in this course, this is what I've done, and all of those kind of stuff, right? That's for letter of intent. That's all I submitted that got me admission. Now we move to the part of immigration, that's IRCC. After you've gotten admission, what next? So when you've gotten admission, what you do is document gathering. Yeah, you start gathering your documents. So I'll also show you guys and tell you guys the documents I submitted. For context, I used the old IRCC portal to submit my application. Why? Old IRCC portal has 4 MB and the new one has like 2 MB, and it was also that period that I heard things like, oh, you get approved more faster, but it's not true. But my spirit just has a preference to the old portal. Plus I can submit up to 4 MB kind of files instead of 2 MB that the new one limits me to. Hence I use the old portal. All right, so for the old portal, there is different segments. After you might have filled other things. So the part of documents upload is what I'm specifically talking about, because it's very important. So there are different segments. There is the part of school, right? And there is a part of you showing your international passport, like your ID card. There is a part of medical reports. There is a part of financial documents, and that is the part of client information, right? And yeah, for the school part, what I submitted was my letter of acceptance, right? My co-op letter, like like a full page or so. Everything was already attached together, and that's what I submitted in that part. And I think I also submitted my school fee receipt payment for this part. So for my ID part, what I submitted was for the part they requested for international passport. Obviously, what I submitted was my passport. And for the part of medical reports, I submitted medical receipts to show that, oh, I've done my medical, and I submitted my medical result, the one I requested from IOM. So I requested for my medical result from IOM before submitting. So you might want to do that. However it is, IRCC also has it. Like for the fact you've done your medicals, IRCC will always have that. But I just want to be very thorough. That's why I submitted that. I got that from IOM and submitted. So now for the financial document, I think I was very invested in this part. I mean, So for the financial document, what I submitted was proof of funds explained. So there is a one-pager document I did, like a table. I like a table where I explained my proof of funds, right? Just to give IRCC more context, even though I also explained these things on my statement of purpose. I will show you guys what I mean by that one pager, how I did it, so you can learn from there. Also, I submitted reference letters from the two banks. I used two banks for my application, so I got reference letters, and yeah, you might want to do that. Bank statements, I wanted to do the e-copy, kind of the one that would also reduce stress of you compiling stuff, but I couldn't do that because network was already having effects. Like I was already battling with network from these banks, and I didn't want to take that chances, being that IRCC might not have access to it, and when they don't have access to it means your submission is invalid, right? So I, just to be on the safer side, I just got the normal statement of purpose that you print from your bank. I got it. One is stamped, I could not stamp one because when I print and stamp and then snap to upload, it pixelates, the quality reduces. So I was able to stamp one, and the one that has a lot of loss of pages, I could not stamp that one. So I just got it like that from the bank and made everything and submitted. Another thing I did was I also submitted my employment and contract documents. The different companies I've worked with over time, from 2020 to the point where I made my application, which is 2023. I showed IRCC everything, and for them to also understand the progression with my career, I showed like my promotion letter, salary review documents, pay slips for this, like different pay slips, not one, different pay slips for 6 months duration. So I showed pay slip. There is one I showed pay slip for 6 months, and there's another one I showed pay slip for 6 months. I merged all of this to submit. And work reference letter. So I had a work reference letter and I submitted. And means of work identification, the different work ID, I snapped them that. I also submitted proof of land assets, and that is the land deed, the gift I got from my parents. I submitted that. So that's it. And then the client's information part, the document I submitted was statement of purpose, or bata of them all. I know that in client information they said optional. Guys, it's not optional for us Nigerians. I remember talking with a friend and he was like, oh, we're not required, it's optional for us, we're not required to submit it. And I mean, this person is already in Canada and they were not required to submit it because it's not from our side here. So when it comes to like statement of purpose, make sure that you write it, and write it pretty real good. Don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. Write it and write it very well. And yeah, I submitted my statement of purpose. It's not optional. Client information notes is not optional for us, even though on IRCC old portal, I don't know about the new one, IRCC old portal, even though it says optional information, it is not. It is compulsory for us. So I submitted statement of purpose, my first degree transcript, my statement of results, my NYSC, my WAEC, my resume. Because I made reference of a project I am working on, I also talked about that. I showed them the documents and waitlist page. I also submitted my NIN, birth certificate, affidavit on name, because of the changes that I made when my name was flipped. So I corrected that. I showed that. Family pictures with me and my siblings. It doesn't have to be recent. It could be old pictures. It doesn't matter. Just, yeah, I showed that. Some chat snapshot with my dad as far as 2021. Thank God I had that. I mean, it's not important if my case and yours are not similar. If we have peculiar cases and you have that, you can. But I mean, I wanted to sound convincing, right? Hence, I submitted that. So snapshot with my dad to say, oh, I've been on this guy, like I've been involved in these people's life, right? And I also showed means of identification for myself and my siblings. I think those are the documents I submitted on the part of client information. So now I'll just quickly walk you guys through on how I arranged these documents here. So what I did was I took it segment by segment. So we have proof of fund explained. I told you guys that I will show you. So what you're seeing on this screen now is proof of fund explained, reference letters from my bank, and then bank statements from Stanbic and IBTC. So I made it this way. Just so that for each segment the VO would understand what he is looking at or what he's expecting to see. So instead of doing like a long table of contents, I just made my table of content this way. So for financial statement, the first segment was proof of funds explained, reference letters, and bank statement from Stanbic and IBTC. Then, because proof of funds explained is the first one, when you scroll down, right, this is my document for proof of funds explained. This part is actually important. I don't know how you want to like go about it, but this part is actually important. Here I was like proof of fund explanation snapshots. I would like to provide more information about the attached document I submitted as proof of funds for my financial support. So I said POF, nature, source, amount, and I also explained tuition fee, full payment for first semester, source, paid from my savings account, and Stanbic paid from my savings account. I mentioned the account, which is Stanbic IBTC, and savings, nature, so personal savings. I mentioned the bank where I have my personal savings, salary account, salary and contract payment account. First, I mentioned the bank and also stated the amount. Each of these things, I state the amount and also the conversion in card. And now, right, you can see where I said kindly note that the conversion was carried out using the Oanda exchange rate as at September 1st, right? It was total amount 581.5527. So using this conversion, I came up with this total you're seeing here. I came up with this total and what it is in card, right? Using this one card to 581, I came up with this. And then I also showed them that I didn't just come up with this, and I also showed them, made them see the dates for this conversion. The dates, very important, the date, so that I said 1st December, right? And so that even if the VO, I'm trying to subtly tell the VO, use this for my conversion, right? Even if the money goes higher or lower, but because I'm applying 2 days later, this is what my money is. Use this conversion. This is what I use as my conversion, how I arrive at this month. So that why this, clearly telling the VO that this is the amount and this is my conversion, and this is how I got this total for calculation, to say that my proof of fund is enough. So if you want to adopt this format, is very important, you can, so that even if dollar goes up, right, and you are showing this, the person reading it would use this as their conversion and not the current, not leaving the person to go and change the current exchange rate and calculating to see if your money is not enough. Like, if when dollar goes up, right, I am telling this VO, please use this as my calculation, so that I don't want to stress you. Just use this conversion. Don't go about, yeah, use this conversion and check if this is enough or not. So I am subtly making the VO to like stick to this kind of conversion and not stressing them to go out like and check what the current rate is, right? I tried my best to pass the message of transparency and all of that. All right, so for personal reasons, I wouldn't be showing the bank information and all of that, but I will show you guys again what I mean and how I segmented my or is it called, how I segmented my documents that made it make sense in the way I think I like. Okay, so guys, so as you can see on my screen right now, this is statement of purpose. That's the first page I want the VO to see. So I had like a dedicated page. I just introduce the next, what you're going to see. When you, like, I'm flipping through now, then you get to another segment. This segment is employment page and the IMM 129 for educational background. Now the requirement, I think it was around four or three experience, and I had more than that, so I had to like print out the IMM, that page, employment page, and then I also said educational background, right? So you now flip through, you see my transcript, you'll see my statement of results, you see my NYSC. Then when you flip through, so this is it, and this is how I put it across all the heavy documents I submitted. I'm segmenting each page, putting out the key things you have to see next, and after you've seen those key things, you move again to the next page. The key things you have to see next. After you've seen those key things, you move over to the next page. That way you are knowing that this person is thorough, this person is detailed and all of that. I mean, one of the things I always have in mind when I am putting out this is, if I am the VO, right, and I see a shitty application, would I approve that? So putting myself in the shoes of that VO, I wanted to say, oh, let them see that this application is, I don't want to stress you, so don't stress me, that kind of thing. So I took my time to segment it this way, but it might not apply to people that have more heavier things to show, and there are different ways you can go about this. Anyway, there are different ways you can go about this, but this is how I did my own, that was approved for me in 7 days. I thought to just help someone out there and show you guys how I segmented this. And so if you have made it to this part of this video, thank you for watching me, and I hope what I shared would help someone out there to have like a very structured application and get through it. And I wish you guys all the best. Please I can't give this important information, share my information that is private to me. Many people will not subscribe. It's not fair now. Please like, please subscribe, support me. I have different gist, life updates and all of that, but when I am more settled, I would like update you guys on that. So like, comment, share, and catch you guys on the next one. Bye.